You guys want to do some unpopular opinions?
Yeah.
Always.
Let's do it. Chris, what you got?
All right. Cities should give you a refund on taxes if they don't provide the services that they say they're going to provide.
Interesting.
You should get like a little kickback.
Yeah, like a tax rebate or something.
Definitely. Looking at you, Jacksonville. This is the second time this has happened, and I've just got a vendetta at this point, so I'm using this as my platform to just go after them. But twice now, the city of Jacksonville has just stopped picking up recycling. Like, on my whole street, they just don't do it anymore. What's that about?
Yeah, that's not just that's happened. That happened when we were living in Riverside, also.
Yep.
So it's just basically just we're not recycling anymore.
Yep. We just gave up on it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on, pick up my shit. Come on. Also, so it's not just. I'll give you another example too. It's not limited to recycling. This one's much more pressing. And I haven't experienced this personally, but working at UNF, they doing all these orientations. They give. There's like a safety one that they're giving out. Apparently, Jacksonville's 911 operators are swamped, and there's people like they're not picking up the phone when you call 911.
You're not the first person I've heard talk about that.
Yeah, that's insane. That's actually crazy. We should be getting paid for that. You know what I mean? Like if you're in an emergency and like you call 911 and they just fucking send you to voicemail. Are you kidding me?
So every time you get sent to voicemail, just get paid.
Yeah, you should get a check. I mean, at least your family, because it might be you might be fucked. You know what I mean? Like,
no, if they don't pick up and something happens that you get billed for, they should have to pay for it.
100%. So either my unpopular opinion is city taxes are too high because look at the shit. You know what I mean? Or we should get a little kickback because they're just not crushing it. You know, like they're I feel like the city of Jacksonville is a tired mom with 7 kids, and she's she's trying, but it's she's one kid's over. He's got his hand in the kitchen disposal, and the other kid drinking toilet water. It's just like, get it the fuck together, guys.
Well, I wonder why they're not recycling anymore, though.
So, like I said, it's the second time I've seen this happen at a house I've lived at, and they just like trash still comes and picks up trash. Everyone on the street now has just left their bin out, hoping at some point, like it's even if it's not on the day, like that a truck will come by and just recycle all the stuff. But I've got a box of cardboard from February that is just like it's just sitting there waiting.
It was like that in my neighborhood for about 6 months, I want to say.
6 months.
And their way of making up for it was putting some like recycling, like the big recycling bins at Blue Cypress, the golf course on University, right around the corner. And I would have to drive my recycling to these.
So the only compensation they get is just to give you a job to then
basically it's like, here, you throw this away.
We've upgraded you to employee now.
Right.
Yeah.
From consumer to employee.
Yeah.
They should be paying us taxes.
That's kind of what I'm getting at is like, look, all right, cool. I got to drive a mile to go drop off a cardboard box. Here's my invoice for my gas, and this is my business rate, and what are we paying for? Like,
I just hope that the city of Jacksonville doesn't try to audit this podcast.
Oh boy!
After these last couple unpopular opinions,
let's just hide all of our records in the recycling bin. They'll never see it.
Yeah, all those records I keep.
They'll never see it.
That's a good unpopular opinion. I like it.
That's what I got.
You got an unpopular opinion, Nora?
I'm still thinking about it. You go for it.
Okay, let me pull up my phone. I have so
You have
many.
a list?
I have to, otherwise I'll forget what they are.
I wasn't warned about this.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Okay. I can't stand this speak that they use on like TikTok and like YouTube and Reels when they're describing what's happening in a video. Mm-hmm. It's like do 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 do. It's almost like it's like it sounds so like dismissive about something that I'm supposed to be into, and also it doesn't sound natural.
Yeah,
and I hate it. Yeah. It makes it very hard for me to buy into whatever it is that's being explained to me, and it almost comes off a little condescending. Right?
Yeah, especially when the words show up on the screen as they're speaking.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
We don't need this attitude.
Yeah. It's like very, I I don't know. It drives me crazy, and I find it very hard to like listen to what's being talked about.
Is it mostly like young people you see?
I think it's really. I don't think it's limited to age. I think I've seen it like across the board. People that are explaining anything, and it's like it's either this. So what's happening here is that this is going to happen, and blah 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 blah, and you're like, okay, or it's like this other one where it's like it's more like upbeat and peppy, but like there's still this air of it that doesn't sound human to me. It's just I don't know. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. And if we start speaking like this as a population, I think I might just check out.
If it stays on TikTok, fine. But the minute you start seeing some kid that started watching TikTok when they were 3 start walking around and going, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like if they start just using
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I guess we just got to check these kids.
How do you feel about it, Nora? Does it bother you one way or the other?
It does bother me. And that's actually, you know what? You gave me my unpopular opinion. I can't stand that we're using like alternate spellings for certain words as well.
Yeah.
Especially like when you have to read sex as SEGGZ.
Oh, yeah.
Nope. Like nobody spells it that way. But we're doing that now because of content filtering and people having their videos being taken down.
Yep.
Or saying, instead of saying, they'll say unalived.
Unalived. That drives me crazy. I know they didn't say that. Can we stop with the bullshit?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody knows what you're saying, and when I hear unalive, all I can think in my head is suicide. Like that's like when you put the word in somebody's head, that's what saying a word is. So you're kind of saying it without saying it, and I'm like, just say it. Just like, why do we have to filter these things out? We all know what it is.
Totally.
And like the people, like they're consuming the content anyway. So it's like, clearly if they're consuming that content, the subject matter is not what's driving them off of it. So just authenticity, let it be what it is. And just, if you don't want to consume it, just don't. You know, if you see something you like, you're like, oh, cool. You can adapt your algorithm. You see, I don't want to see videos like this. And then, you know, your algorithm learns that like, okay, I don't want to see that shit. Don't censor our shit because we want to see something in the way that it is, you know.
It's all because of monetization. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
It's like when you start putting that content in your videos, then like they'll let you keep playing it, but then it's demonetized and suddenly you're not making any money.
Right.
So you have to spell it differently to get away with it and still get paid. But like nothing's different really.
I know. It seems silly to do that. And that's something that's really annoying to have to consider when you're putting out content is then we don't know what words work and what words don't work until we get in trouble for it. Yeah. You know, it's just like I don't know. I'm with you. I think that's a terrible thing. It's so annoying. And now we might have to start looking into doing this on our clips too.
I mean, I already censor everything.
No, yeah, I know.
You know, but you know, it's I can't think of anything so far but I'm sure we'll run into it at some point where there'll be something. But like, so far, I can't think of anything that would have been had to, not even censored, but like word swapped. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
but
I guess we'll figure it out.
Another nightmare for me to think about all the time when I'm editing for hours on end for my pod master. I mean, Anton.